I have it still if you...
Nah, it's fine. I just got another one up. The one I used for the one shot. Oh, I accidentally turned my volume down on my headset. I was like, why is that volume so low? Okie dokie. So, make sure it's actually working. And alright, it's theater mode. Please stay on. I don't know why it decides, oh, you don't need theater mode on. You'll be fine. Alright, so yeah, this is always the time where people come in and out at 6 o'clock, so usually I gotta mute myself real quick while they're running in and out doing stuff. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so the plan of attack that I have written down is Chad is going to be surveillance. Somebody's going to block one of the doors. I assume it's the alley door with like the dumpster next to it. That'd probably be the easiest route. Connor is going to just waltz in there like a normal vampire. By the way, how old is Connor? Like, how, like, would they know him based on how old he is?
I don't know if they're young.
They're pretty young, yeah. Like, they've probably been around as vampires only less than 20 years in this area.
He's well over 50. He's about over. He's just over 100 years old. Be over 100 and from the 1800s.
Okay, is he what is he like is his house was in New Orleans, right?
Yeah, he wasn't originally from New Orleans, but he set up in New Orleans just in the recently.
Okay. So I'm gonna just roll a dice to determine if they would know him on sight. Actually, I'm gonna roll the GM emulator because that's better. Where is the GM emulator? I forgot where I have it because I have so many folders. There it is. I'm gonna say it's unlikely, but the chaos level is 6. Let's see. I'm gonna say it's no way actually. Just because of how random and rare it would be. Would they recognize him? And it's a no, so they will not recognize him. Bless you, whoever sneezed.
Yeah. Bless you.
So you're good on that then. You're pretty confident you could walk in there and they'll just be like, oh, a new vampire. You might have to work on like a story as to why you're there. But as far as like them knowing that you have a soul or work with the Slayer or anything like that, they probably wouldn't know. So each Slayer is going to go to each door, Jordan and Zeta. And John Aurelius is going to be behind one of the Slayers. Does that sound about right to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So now I am gonna secretly roll a dice to determine how many vampires are in there, and then based on that, I'll let Chad do his stealth roll, or it's not really a stealth roll; it's more like just a walk through a wall roll to determine, or to have him see how many vampires is in there. I'm just gonna roll this. All right. So Chad. Oh, also, do y'all want to do this at night or like in the morning when it's daylight?
Dawn.
Dawn. So basically when they're
Yeah,
getting ready for bed.
exactly.
Daylight would be
Connor
useful.
could walk in looking for some place to hide from the sun.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
It gives him a reason for being there.
Okay. And Master Kriebel, you were saying something?
Just sunlight is a useful weapon.
Well, I hardly heard any of that. It was in and out. Can you repeat yourself by any chance?
Sunlight is a useful weapon.
Okay, sunlight's useful. Yeah, for some reason it's going, it's doing that every other word thing. Um. All right. So, Chad, if you would like to go ahead and now you don't have to roll unless you want to do something in the physical world. So, if as long as you're just going in, looking around, and walking out, then you don't have to roll. But if you do,
Yeah, this was strictly reconnaissance to see how many vampires there were, if there was anything other than vampires inside the building, exits, entrances, if it's guarded or not, the stuff that I'm looking for.
all right. So you walk in, take a look around, and then you get the number that's in there that you can see, and then you head back towards the hotel, which I assume they're waiting in the hotel. And basically, yeah, you can go ahead and tell them that there are only two vampires. One of them is Kent. He is. It looks like he was working, burning the midnight oil, as they say. You're not sure what he was doing. Organizing it looked like. Another looked like just a regular enforcer vampire was just getting ready for bed, and that's it. Just two, which you guys would realize means that either the main force of the vampire group is elsewhere doing something else, or they have a really tiny gang.
Right. So I let all the people know. All I found, guys, was only two vampires. They were probably trying to get a group together, or trying to get together to talk about something. I don't know. I was in and out real quick, so you know that's my report.
I go, is it daylight?
It's starting to be.
Yeah, they're probably getting ready for bed.
Time for your entrance.
So I rush over to. I go, hey, you want to go now?
Who are you asking?
The group.
Oh, okay.
Here we go now. Before you get
Yeah.
toasted.
Okay. I go, I'll make my entrance.
All right, so I will move you guys from the hotel to the. So you just walk in the front door like everything's normal. Um, if you guys want to move your tokens, I'll have Zeta just waiting to determine until Master Kriebel, you determine where you want Jordan to enter through the front door or the side door. Um, and we can just say that you guys have already put the dumpster up against the other door, so they're not running out that door anytime soon. And John, you can determine which Slayer you're running or hiding behind. Are you able to move your token, Master Kriebel? Yep, you are. Okay. And I see that Elaine and Connor. What about you? I know it's hard for Tolly because it was a touch screen, so I'll move it out there and see if you can move it around. Oh yeah, and Alden, the Watcher, is watching Garan. So you enter and you see Kent, the vampire leader of this group, is kind of behind the bar area, just working on. It looks like just organizing papers and just just general organization. He looks up and sees you. That you can instantly tell that he knows you're a vampire. Um, and he looks out the window, sees that the sun's going down, and looks back to you and says, "You cut it close there, brother."
Yeah. I thought to duck in here because it looked like it was the only place that didn't have any humans.
Are you new in town? I haven't seen you around before.
Yeah. I'm new.
Well, we've got ourselves a gang. The main party is out speaking with a associate of mine. But you know, if you want to join our gang and work on taking over this small town, then I'll be more than willing to let you join. But you got to prove yourself, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And now I'm gonna roll for him. I'm gonna roll him. I'm gonna roll a perception check. He's basically gonna sniff the air and see if he can detect people outside. Let's see. I'm gonna do understand. It's just gonna be 2 dice. He says, I smell some humans about. I might have to send old Bob over there to check it out. And you could tell Bob the vampire is like already like getting under covers on a bench ready to go to bed. And he's like, oh, come on, boss. Does Connor say anything or?
No, he doesn't.
All right, Kent says, Bob, get out there. I'm gonna talk to this guy here. What's your name, by the way? So Bob's gonna walk past you out towards the front door. What's your name? I'm Kent. He reaches to shake your hand.
Connor, and he reaches to shake his hand.
Okay. He gives you like a weird look, and he says, there's something weird, something different about you. I can't really put my finger on it, but like I said, as long as you as long as you work and do as I say, you might find yourself a place here. All right, so while you guys are talking,
mind you, he can actually tell that he's Irish. I don't talk with accents, but
yeah.
he's speaking with an Irish accent.
Okay. Well, we're gonna wait for Master Kriebel to come back since she is the next person to act. Oh, there she is. Master Kriebel, a vampire is heading out the front door to check on the humans that they have sniffed. Looks like Jordan is on the side door, so I'm gonna say that Zeta is at the front door. Where is Chad?
I'm at the front door as well.
Okay. And what about John? Is he behind Jordan?
Yeah, I'm at the side door.
Alright. So he goes out there. She is going to grab him and kind of pull him away from the door because she doesn't want him to run back in and warn anybody. So I'm going to roll for Zeta. She's just going to grab him and throw him basically. It's going to be battle and power. By the way, do you guys remember where you guys are at momentum wise? I think you might actually be at 0. Yeah.
We were at 1, so since we changed scene, we're down to 0.
Yeah. All right. So, wow. Yeah, she grabs him and like throws him across the road, and he just like rolls into the middle of the road. She looks over to Chad, or I guess she can't see you, but she'll look over to where she assumes Chad is and says, "Stay by the door while I handle this." And she heads off to go take care of this vamp. Jordan and John, do you guys want to enter now, or are you waiting for some kind of signal?
That vampire was the signal over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if there was anything else in the plan that said we needed to wait, but otherwise, she's ready to... Well, if the door's unlocked, she'll go in. But if the door's locked, then she's clearly not doing anything.
Well, I mean, the first episode of Buffy, she literally kicked the locked door down, so I'm pretty sure you can handle a locked door.
Well, but there's this thing called drawing attention to herself that she's not really trying to do.
But you also know that there are only 2 vampires in there. It's up to you if you want to risk it or if you want to wait. I will tell you, just by jiggling the handle, you know it's locked, so it's up to you what you want to do.
There's only 1 left inside. If we can take him alive, we can question him.
All right.
Alive being relative.
Right.
She will attempt to then attempt to break down the door. / break down the door.
Roll battle and power. And I'm going to say, because of... I know you have super strength. Let me look at that. I don't remember if it's an actual talent or not.
It is, but that has more to do with damage dice.
Right. You've trained the best apply your size and strength in a fight. Add 1 damage die to the stress rating of your unarmed attacks. I'll have to.
Actually, it's 2 damage dice because
Or 2 damage
the
dice.
just score is high enough.
So 2. Okay. Yeah. So basically, yeah, damage. I'm gonna say you just need 2 successes to get the door. I will say though, if you get a complication, like he'll hear it probably regardless. He'll be like, "What's that?" But if you get a complication, then that just means like he'll know that somebody's breaking in.
Okay, and then just so we're clear, that was battle and justice.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, justice power. It's fine either way.
Okay.
Okay. So you got your 2. So Connor up front, you and Kent, you guys both hear a crack in the back, and he kind of looks around like Bob is acting weird again. Let me go check that out. So what is Connor? What do you do since you know he's heading towards the back or decide to investigate?
He's gonna wait till he's out of sight,
Okay.
and then goes over here and goes, she okay out there?
We'll get to that in a second, because by the time you get to the door, Jordan's going to be inside the building, and there's going to be a conflict over there.
He goes, tell her to go to the other side when she finishes over here. He whispers out to the, yeah.
Yep. Alright, so Jordan, you have just entered, and John is behind you. You can hear him coming. He hasn't seen you yet, so he doesn't know that you're the Slayer. And Matt, can you mute yourself? I hear you chewing gum. Thank you.
Well, we studied the layout, so Jordan would know that this area is a closet area, presumably.
Yeah.
Though she's also never been in the restaurant before. So she would check to see if this door, I'm assuming that's a door there,
Yeah.
is
Just see where it leads.
just kind of check in there, make sure there's nothing hiding.
Okay.
No one hiding.
Yeah, you open it, and quietly, it's dark. Nobody's in there that you can tell. And you hear down the hallway, damn, Bob, what do you do? I told you to go out and check the front. I don't know why you're out on the side. And I'm just gonna say there's a door here because I don't know why this is like this. I shouldn't have to go all the way around the fucking restaurant to get there, but whatever. So he's going through here. Alright. John, is there anything that you want to do before Jordan and Kent end up in a fist fight, presumably?
I take out my knife, just in case.
Okay. Outside in the front, Jordan is going to roll a stakey stake. Not Jordan, Zeta. And let's see. Battle and justice. Difficulty. I'm looking for a difficulty 2. Got it, but it is opposed because he rolled into the dark, wet, rain-soaked street. But he is going to attempt. Actually, no, he's prone. So, yeah, he's not even gonna roll to. He's basically he rolled into the street, and now he's on his stomach, face down, and he's trying to get up, and then she stakes him in the back, basically. So he bursts into dust. Alright, and then Zeta turns to Connor and says, yeah, everything's good out here. Go back up, Jordan.
Yeah, there's only the dude. Nick. Go over and help her.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
go
go around the side. You go back through the kitchen, and she runs this way.
Yep.
Alright, Chad, which way are you going? You following Connor or Zeta?
I'm just gonna go through the walls.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, you go through the walls. All right, Jordan. I'll let you go first since technically you're taking him by surprise. As he comes around the corner, what is Jordan's attack?
Well, if she, I'm assuming that she drew her stake at this point.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, then it's just a punch.
Nah, we'll say you
if
have
she
a
has her
stake.
stake. Okay, because I'm pretty sure. I imagine, like again, I didn't specify it, but I imagine
It's
that's
fine.
probably what she did.
Yeah.
So, you don't go into a vampire fight without a stake. So she's aiming for. Let's see, because did he kind of catch? She knew there was a. I'm just trying to decide if she would have had enough thought to aim for the chest, or if she's just hitting and trying to hit something.
Has she seen Kent before? Because I don't remember if she has or not. I think she has.
I don't think she has. So I think it's John who's seen him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, you don't know his size or anything. So as far as you know, it's just some guy coming around the corner. So if you want to just try to injure him, then that's that's fine. Either way, he's gonna, even though he's been actually, let's see, being, and I don't know what the D&D rules about this are, but I don't really care. He is being taken by surprise, so I'm gonna say this is not opposed. So you get one attack in that's not opposed.
Right. That's what it'll be.
Makes sense.
Because I think in Star Trek it's just a reduced difficulty or something like that, but whatever. This makes more sense to me.
Alright, so that's a melee range, so I'm going to call that Justice. Battle and Justice.
Yep. Nice. So he's not a minion, so he doesn't only have 6 plot points. But you do know that. I mean, you obviously you haven't seen him before, so you had to guess where his chest and his heart would be, and you basically get right below it as the stake goes deep into him, and he groans and blood comes gushing out, and he leans forward in pain, and his eyes are wide, and he's just looking dead at you. Are you gonna leave the stake in, or are you taking it out?
Taking it out.
Okay, so you take out the
if
stake.
if she didn't slam it in too hard, then she could presumably pull it out again.
Blood just comes gushing out of him, and he, just in more pain. And I'm gonna say because of that, he's gonna jump back, which means you're gonna have to move closer to get to him. And he is gonna draw a dagger from his a sheath on his belt. All right, John, you're up.
Can I throw my knife?
You get to hit him because of the corner. I don't think you would be able to hit him.
I'll move here then.
Okay, then yeah, you'd definitely be able to hit him. It'll be a ranged instead of a melee. So let me look at character sheet. Because control. You got a power of 12, so that'll be useful. So yeah, it'll be battle and power. Now, just to hit them, like just like anywhere, is a difficulty 2. If you're aiming for a specific body part, it'll be a difficulty 3.
I'll try to aim for his chest, center mass.
All right. Go ahead and roll when you are ready.
No focus for missile weapon. 2 success.
Nice. So you don't hit his heart or anything, but like stabs into his shoulder, which is going to put a serious crimp on his day, especially if he's trying to use that shoulder. And so basically just grabs the knife with the other hand. And Connor, you're up.
He runs around the corner and goes, "Oh."
He's like, Connor, help! Please, these crazy humans are attacking me.
What the heck?
I know, right? How dare they? They will see the might of Kent. and understand their folly, or some evil villainous nonsense.
Did you really actually just say that? How lame.
Does he have his Glock on him?
That's up to you.
Yeah, he does. He
Okay.
pulls it out.
All right. Go ahead and fire if you want to.
Yeah.
Difficulty 2.
Abby.
Just so you know, regardless of hit points, there's it's either stake to the heart, fire, or decapitation that will kill him.
Yeah, he's gonna get him down to one knee so the Slayer can stab him
Makes sense.
through the heart.
So yeah, it's gonna be battle and oh wow. So you got a crit, and you got a focus, and hand-to-hand or weapons. Weapons
Yeah.
is super vague. You're gonna have to turn that into a certain
More-
kind of weapon.
More,
Like
like-
handguns.
yeah, handguns.
Okay, so yeah, you hit him. You're not aiming anywhere in particular, so it basically just hits him in the back, and he like lurches forward, and he looks at you with betrayal in his eyes. Oh, how could you, Connor, side with these feeble humans? All right, Chad, you're up.
All right, so I want to move to where they are and try to pin him against the wall.
Are you gonna use? Are you gonna manifest your body to physically do
Yeah,
that, or are you gonna use
yes,
telekinesis?
No, psychokinesis.
Okay. I gotta check because I don't remember. All right. Greater force may be applied. Blah blah blah. Now you don't have any momentum, so that's gonna be a thing. Spent 1 momentum to affect objects in medium range, 2 to affect. Okay, so I'm assuming he's close range. Violently, so take difficulty of 2. Alright, so it's gonna be battle and power. And it's difficulty of 1. Inflicting. Okay, yeah, and you'll have the grapple effect, basically, if you succeed. Now this one is definitely opposed, so I will be rolling as well. And I will be actually spinning threat to give him an extra dice. Just because, why not?
I want to see if there's any focuses I can use.
Ooh! You might want to use a determination. He's got 5 successes.
Yeah.
I'll use a determination. But let me see if I can find a focus real quick.
Yeah, let me check out your character sheet and see what you got. Where are your focuses? Yeah, they're not written in here, so I don't know. You might have them in your other character sheet.
Yeah, I've been busy kind of trying to pack my shit up, so I don't know where it's at right this second.
Understandable. But yeah, I thought they were in there. I thought they were written in there, though. That's weird.
Yeah, I thought I made sure that they were in there. Oh, maybe that we had a problem? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember what they were, and I don't even. Just out of curiosity, which value are you? Because you got Slayer Protector, which is a good one. Actually, that might be the only value you can call upon. I don't see any others that would apply.
Yeah, it was Slayer Protector.
Okay. And you got 3 successes and a critical fail. Ooh. Okay. So here's what happens. So you actually do, for a brief second, grab him and with your telekinesis. Like, he still can't see you, but you grab him and fling him up against the wall. But then you sense something on him, like a physical object, that maybe it's some kind of charm or some kind of cursed object, but whatever it is, it kind of projects some sort of anti spirit force around him, and it kind of pushes you away. Um, I'll say it pushes you into this restroom, which you do see a bunch of blood all over the floor. So clearly somebody has just eaten. um, and yeah, basically now you realize you're any kind of um, uh, ghostly force will not probably not work on him due to the whatever kind of thing he has on him.
Right.
All right, I think Jordan, you're next. I'll say that this is when Zeta gets to the door.
So Jordan will move within range and attempt to strike again.
Okay, Connor, what is your gun? Is it 3 or it's 5, right? 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he actually. Where's the character sheet? Okay, so um, plot points wise, he's at 0, but he needs that actual stake to kill him. He's more or less useless at this point as far as a fighter. So, yeah, whenever
Maybe
you're
we
ready.
can restrain him and question him.
Oh, yeah, you could totally do that. In fact, you don't even have to roll for that if you want. If you just want to like pin him up against the wall, he's too weak to actually fight back. I'll say that he's dropped the knife and everything. Um, so if you want to do that, then you're more than welcome to. It will be a roll to actually question him though, because he is going to resist that. But he's just physically, he's been shot, stabbed, and all kinds of things. So he's just physically not able to. He's got to rejuvenate a bit, which vampires do heal over time. So. You won't be able
Yeah,
to
that's a thing.
interrogate him forever, but you can ask him questions before he does.
What are the rest of you get? Oh, I'll try to roll to pin him against the wall with one hand.
Um, for right now, because he's at 0 hit points, you don't have to roll. We'll just say that you do.
Okay.
But you do have to roll to actually question him to get him to turn on his people. So, how do you are you using intimidation? Are you gonna try to persuade him? Or are you
I'm gonna
just
try intimidation.
okay? What do you
I have
say?
I have I have interrogation.
Okay.
I light up a cigarette, hold it near his eyes.
Ooh.
Where's the rest of your gang? Before I decide to stop smoking.
Roll discipline and power. And this is going to be contested.
I'll feed you a threat then.
Thank you. I'll take that back. Oh wow, you guys both have the same discipline and power score. And I am actually going to spend that threat you just gave me.
Ah, come on, one success.
Ooh. Yeah, for some reason he's been really good about getting multiple successes. Oh wow, 3. He just glares at you pointedly, and he's just like, "I'm not telling you anything." Um, and then Jordan, is there any, because we're technically still in quote unquote combat turn, so if there's nothing that you want to do, Jordan, let me
Hey,
know.
we gain a momentum, by the way, because I
Okay,
have backup plan.
nice. All right, so is there anything Jordan wants to do, or
Okay, I was actually going to ask if we were trying to take this guy in alive still. So, knowing, like, hopefully by seeing that John is attempting to interrogate and apparently he is not intimidating enough, she will move in and she will take a stake and try to stick it into near his heart, but not at his
ooh,
heart.
like where the wound was?
Sure.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, roll. Let's see. Let me look at yours. It's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be discipline and power, um, or justice. Actually, technically, it should be presence. Any of those three, I don't care. They're almost all the same score for you anyway. Um, let me look at your talents and see if there's anything that can be used there.
I mean, if this counts as a melee attack, then I could give you threat and be able to reroll if
Don't
they fail.
think so. And he is gonna contest it, but yeah, no. So yeah, I think you're higher justice. So discipline and justice, and it's gonna be contested. So let me. And once we go through the round, like once everyone gets to do what they want to do one time, he's gonna regenerate 1 point of 1 plot point, and he's gonna attack again. Just to let you guys know. I'm not gonna give him another dice this time because like a literal stake against his chest. All right, but he does have 2 successes, so you need at least 2 successes to intimidate him successfully. You do have a
Okay,
momentum.
I don't think I will spend any. Eh.
Or you can
Actually, I
give him a
will go
threat.
ahead and. Wait, no, that's not. Oh, it doesn't help me in this case because you just said the one talent that would be useful. It's not allowed.
Which
Okay,
talent?
so we'll go with 2. Well, there's the one where if I make melee attacks, then I can
Oh,
buy
yeah.
more d20s with threat and then reroll them. But
Unless you actually
just-
attack him, I don't think that's gonna work out that way.
no, I'm honestly I'm debating as if I want to use a determination actually.
Well,
It's,
if you get more than 2, you'll get momentum. So it's up to you.
Yeah. I think I will go ahead and use I will use one of those. I will. She has a value of fortune favors the bold.
Yeah. Okay, that'll
I think that
work.
would apply here.
Yeah.
Because I don't really think any of her focuses apply, so we'll just go with that. Okay, there's 2 more momentum for us.
Okay. Yep.
2, well,
You're up to 3.
beat him.
And yeah, so basically, yeah, seeing the stake like literal inches from his heart, he's like, "Fine, damn you slayers and you white hats. I'll tell you, but you're not gonna like it. You may have figured out by now that the infamous has sent a couple of envoys to this town attempting to take my power from me in the guise of an alliance. Well, I sent my goons out to take care of that damn ogre once and for all, to send a message. That's where they're at. And I don't know where he's at, so they're tracking him. So,
Oh.
Go ahead.
How many of them are there?
He's resistant to tell you, but if you spend a momentum, he could be convinced.
Spend momentum. Jordan wiggles the stake a bit.
Alright, so you guys are down to 2 momentum. He says, I've got about a couple dozen. And most of them kind of live out of this place. A few of them in other places in town, but you're not going to get to them in time, and I don't know why you would anyway. Jakrathi is a bastard and deserves what he gets.
You're not wrong. I push the stake that Jordan is holding.
Are you going to resist that, Jordan?
If well, considering that she is, I guess it's kind of hard to tell where she's standing at the moment because it kind of looks like she's in a completely different room.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's up to you if you, because I mean, you're the one who is.
Is it sunny outside?
It's getting there. So if you want Jordan to just be kind of standing to the side with the stake like very controllable, what the hell is up with this music? Then you're more than welcome to, and he won't even be able to, get to, be able to do it, but just based on like the angle and distance and stuff. But that's up to you, Jordan.
I imagine she'd have to be up close to make sure that it was in.
Yeah. So basically, John would have to push you in order. You'd have to pull a a Xander and Jesse from the first episode where someone shoves Jesse into the stake.
Can I
No.
just walk up to the side of him and just push it in? Just go, there. Saves your bitching.
I'm gonna say that
Stop pulling at his heart. Near it.
I'm like I said, I'm just gonna say because if anyone attempts to do anything regarding Jordan's character or Jordan, it's gonna have to be up to Jordan, just so we can avoid
If you catch her
PvP.
off guard, she's not going to be able to resist. That's the only reason I'm asking about positioning. Because if she can see someone coming, she'll be like able to prepare for it. But if not,
Yeah,
I think it's kind of funnier actually if she doesn't know what's going on.
I mean, I do too. In fact,
Yeah.
the funniest one would be if the ghost did it. Just because you
That'd be
can't
more
see it, and everyone's
yeah,
gonna think
yeah.
that Jordan did it.
Yeah. She's probably too focused on making sure she doesn't quite hit the heart yet because she doesn't know if the interrogation's done.
Right.
She will not be able to resist.
Basically, can Connor just walk up to the side and just hit it? Just like, yeah, it's done.
Like I said, it's up to Jordan based on her positioning and everything like that. If Jordan says it's fine, then it's fine by me. But I don't want. I mean, it very easily could go down the road of PvP, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. So it's up to Jordan.
Yeah.
If she's so close to him that it's just impossible for anyone to get an angle on it, then it's probably a no. But if she's like, yeah, no, I just have the stake, out in the open, and anyone could just run by and then that's up to her.
No, I think that it'd be easy enough for anyone to catch her off guard because she's just focused on the vamp at this point. Also, she needs to make sure that it's not going to try and, or that he's not going to try and bite her.
Yeah.
Or anything.
All right, Connor, you go ahead and roll your battle and justice, and it's gonna be normally contested, but he's, like I said, 0 HP, so it's not gonna be contested. And even if it was, it'd be at a reduced difficulty for you. So as long as you get 2 successes, though, because you're not only, because I mean it's normally to stake a vampire 2 successes, but based on like the angle and everything, even if he's not contesting it, then it's still 2 successes. So, and you got 3, so you guys are back up to 3 momentum. So Jordan, right, like probably 6 inches away from you, you see that he just bursts into dust, and yeah, that's the end of Kent. Zeta runs in and basically sees as that's happening, and all of a sudden, before anyone can react to that, you all hear a scream from down the road, basically coming from the direction of your hotel.
Crap.
He looks outside. I don't think I can make it down there in time.
Yeah, you chose
guys?
to go during the day.
Drinks around the house. Let's get going, the rest of us.
All right, Zeta.
I'll be held up here. You know where I am.
All right, so everyone runs out the side door. I'll remove you
No.
guys.
I want to check out the paperwork that
Oh,
he
okay.
was shuffling into the drawers.
All right, so it looks like he was attempting. This place was being renovated, and he was basically attempting to just doing paperwork based on like real estate and stuff like that. And a lot of it looks like it's old, like it from the previous owner. I mean, probably they killed the previous owner, but yeah, it's basically just evidence to prove that he's more of a psychopath, or as much of a psychopath as everyone thought. Nothing
Alright.
too important. Nothing like here's where the hidden gold is or anything like that. So yeah.
Yep.
What was that, Matt?
Yeah, I just look at I just go looking around.
Okay.
Place where I'm st-
I'll tell you right now, there's nothing of interest there, but I will come back to you after everybody else gets to the hotel. So you guys run towards the motel. Let's see, John and Zeta. And your door is wide open, and there is somebody running away from you can't. Everybody roll a perception check. It's gonna be truth and understand to see if you can identify who is running away. The difficulty is only 1, so it's not super easy, but
There you go.
all right. Anybody else gonna roll or? All right. And then I think that, yeah, that's it because Zeta's mine. So yeah, you both determine that it is actually Garan, the warlock that you had locked in the closet. He has somehow managed to either free himself or has been freed and is now fleeing the scene. Is anybody going after him?
Jordan is.
Okay. Zeta's going to run inside because she didn't see Alden and now she's worried about Alden. What about John? Which way is he going?
I'm gonna go check on Alden. I'm not that much of a runner.
Alright, so you guys run inside. Alden is lying on the floor with a bloody gash across his throat, and he is barely alive. He's choking, and he's just looking up, eyes wide, bloodshot, and he says, it's some other warlock. And then he just fades away, and Zeta starts, like, angrily crying, but, like, angrily. Like, she doesn't want to leave him, but at the same time, she wants to go and kick Garan's ass. So, how does John react?
Damn it. He takes a swig out of his flask. Another one, another good one gone.
She looks up to you. She looks up to John, and she says, "We have to go. We have to get Garan, find out who this other warlock is that he was talking about." And then she kind of lays Alden down and, like, you know, very respectfully, and then gets up and she says, "Also, we have to get out of here before the police come. At least he's human. They won't ask too many questions. To them, it'll just be another murder. Come on." And she runs out.
I'll try to follow, but I have a move of 1, so...
That's all right. I'm not gonna ask y'all to roll for moving too often. I would if it was like a not, I wouldn't say obstacle course, but like if it was more than just a jog down the road to catch an old fat guy, then I would ask you to roll. But yeah, Jordan is already caught up to him. So Jordan, you catch up to this guy, and he's like, as he hears you coming, and he just turns around. Do you have any weapons in your hand, Jordan?
She'd still have her stake.
Okay, so he puts his hands up like, "Don't hit! I didn't do it! I swear!"
Really?
Really, it wasn't me. It was another warlock. He came. He for some reason killed them, rescued me, but then he disappeared. Told me to run. Sounds like a trap to me. Go after him.
How do I know you're not trying to lie to me right now? Because I'll tell you, the only one I see here is you.
That's what they want you to think. Obviously, look at me. I'm not going to get very far running out of a hotel with a dead man in it. Like, even if you didn't catch me, I'm sure the police would find me.
Okay, Jordan will take a second to look around.
Okay.
See if anything seems... I don't know. See if anything feels off or seems off.
Okay. Roll another understand and truth or faith, either one, to kind of gauge his behavior, and also if you notice anything that he might have on him or doesn't have on him.
Okay, and then I will use one of our momentum.
Okay.
And then one of Jordan's talents is suspicious by nature, so
Ooh, nice.
she can re-roll the die if it comes up needing.
Cardassian at heart, I see.
I think I will go ahead and re-roll that
Okay.
one. I'll do it through the sheet though. That's
Okay.
3 successes.
You, just based on looking at him, you know, you don't physically see anything different from when you guys put him in the the closet. Like it's not like he's carrying a dagger or a weapon or anything. It looks, just based on what you can see, it looks like somebody cut the zip ties or the duct tape or whatever you used, and then parts of it are still on him, and then he just bolted. So it looks like, just from looking at it, it looks like he's telling the truth. His facial. What?
Does he have any blood spat? Would she notice any sort of blood on his clothing?
You don't see any. You don't see any. And his facial expression and just the way he's acting seems like he's being honest. It seems like they're again, he could be the greatest actor in the world, but your intuition just tells you that he's telling the truth.
Okay.
He doesn't seem like the escape and avoidance mastermind. He definitely seems like an opportunist.
So this other warlock, what did he look like?
Jeez, I don't know. He I was honestly trying not to look at him. He was red and black robes, had a staff, big amulet on his chest, 5'9", Caucasian. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. He came in, killed the other guy, and let me go, and then he didn't even say anything to me.
How did he kill the other guy?
With a dagger. Cut his throat. It was horrifying. But also, he's a warlock, so I kind of respect it. Look, I don't know him. I've never seen him before.
If you've never seen him before, what makes you so sure that he's a warlock? Just the way he dressed?
Well, not all warlocks dress like that, but he seems, let's just say, we have a way about ourselves, and he seems like he's an old school. You know what I mean? Had a whole staff and everything, the hood, that big amulet on his chest. I mean, he could just be a normal witch, maybe a practicing Wiccan, maybe a demon just dressed up like a warlock. I don't know, but he seemed like a warlock. And anyway, why don't you go after him? Why are you coming after me? Just let me go. I'm going to say that Zeta's caught up with you. And by now you'll also hear sirens in the distance.
Oh, crap, we can't stay out here now. That's what she's thinking. She's like, I can't stay out here with police sirens coming. She will glance back to Zeta and say, apparently someone else did it, not him.
That's what it looks like to me, unless he has a secret dagger hidden on him.
It sounds like we may have another...
Let's go back to Connor and the vampire nest. That way we won't be here when the cops show up. And I rented the room on an assumed name, so they won't be able to trace me. Paid cash, of course.
Jordan will nod. She'll look over at our warlock and say, "Okay, you gotta." She'll just grab him and say, "You're not sorry. You don't get to just run away, buddy."
So y'all are going back to the restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Connor, you other than like blood splatters from where they were obviously feeding, and the occasional bit of evidence suggesting that the guy may have killed the previous owner and took over this place in mid renovation, you don't find anything else. No hidden stashes of weapons, no bits of evidence pointing to any kind of mastermind who might take over if Kent died or anything like that. Honestly, it just looks like a hideout, and probably a very temporary hideout until Kent actually got around to taking over the town.
Well, he goes, he could have chosen a better spot.
Is there anything else that you or Chad want to do before the others show up?
I'm definitely taking the lease and just hiding it in my
Now you're
pocket.
stealing a restaurant?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. So you have a hidden the deed to a restaurant hidden in your jacket. All right, so Zeta, Jordan, Garan, and John show up side door, I assume. Well, I don't know. It doesn't matter either way, but Zeta is going to just go find a corner and sit in it and think and sulk and not really talk to anyone unless they talk to her. What is Jordan and John doing with Garan?
Jordan will turn to John and say, "Look, questioning isn't really my forte, but it sounds like there's another warlock, 5'9" Caucasian, wearing fancy robes and an amulet. He disappeared after he showed up."
Let's see if he has something more to say.
Oh, I know the perfect place to put this dude.
Oh yeah, you guys could totally put him in the freezer if you want. That'd be fun.
No, he's thinking somewhere else. He goes, let's go, to...
The bloodstained
Hey,
toilet.
John. He's going to take him to the blood toilet, and he goes,
Oh god.
John, this is gonna be interesting if you want to,
Intimidate him,
yeah.
which is
Sorry.
definitely the
As soon
case.
as you say that, he's like, I will tell you whatever you want. You don't have to do all that. That's just extra steps. I will just tell you whatever you want. But I honestly, I've told you what I know. If I had to guess, that warlock would be working for the Infamous, maybe even in league with Jagrothi. My question, I mean, the thing that bothers me is they just let me go. Usually they either tie up their loose ends, i.e. kill someone like me, or they, physically bring me back to, report to the boss. They haven't done that. So this is probably all just a trap. Maybe they're trying to lure you guys somewhere. I don't know, but I have nothing to do with it. I swear. And again, Jordan, he's telling the truth.
That does seem
Or-
kind of empty.
Or it may be somebody else.
What'd you say, Master Kriebel?
She was just kind of nodding, going, "Yeah, it does seem kind of odd that they left you alone."
Connor, roll a insight. So faith and actually, let me look at your character sheet. I think it's gonna be. Well, you got a lot of threes. So move and faith. And let me see if you got any talents or anything that will apply. Oh, you have interrogation too. That's good. Oh, you have a plus D20 to intimidation rolls. Don't forget about that. Let's see. Okay, but yeah, go ahead and roll that. It's gonna be contested, and I'm gonna roll after you roll.
So does the interrogation actually apply?
No.
Okay.
This is an insight check. Insight/perception. Alright, here we go. I am definitely spending threat. I'm spending a lot of threat. You feel a slight pressure in. Where do you keep your Glock? Do you keep it on your hip? Do you keep it in your jacket pocket? Where do you keep it?
On my hip.
You feel a slight pressure on your hip. And before anyone can react, Zeta shoots Garan square in the chest. And he's dead. And then she just drops the gun, like, not at your feet, but like on a bench or a table next to you, and then walks back over to where she was sitting.
That was a waste of a bullet.
She says it was the quickest way to kill him. I don't care if he physically drew the knife across his neck. He's still responsible, and he's still part of this scheme going on.
Yeah, but he wasn't a vamp.
What'd you say? He
Or a
wasn't a what?
demon.
Oh.
He wasn't a vamp or a demon.
Slayers have killed humans before when they deserved it.
Yeah, but not before we finish questioning them. Next time, show a little restraint, girl.
He didn't know anything. That was obvious. He's just a pawn. I think what we should do is find that group of vamps. They don't know their boss is dead. If we find them, we'll be able to find Chakrathi, and we can do the same to him. And we'll just keep working our way up the chain of command until we get to the boss.
I need a smoke break.
Does Jordan say that, or is that Master Creevil?
That's Jordan saying that.
Okay. Alright, so... Assuming, let's see, it's the middle of the day, basically. What are you guys doing for the rest of the day?
I know what Connor's doing. He's going for a nap.
Alright. That actually works just fine. And what about Jordan? What's she doing for the rest of the day?
I guess she's gonna have to find a way to hide this body next to Zeta's trigger happy.
Alright. And what about John?
I'm gonna try to find trace of those vamps and Jagoti.
Okay. And what about Chad?
I'm gonna be doing a perimeter check outside.
Okay. Chad, go ahead and roll a battle and faith. Basically an insight check and a perception check rolled into one to see if you can determine where anybody... Oh, yeah, no, we're not listening to that. To determine where anybody is if you happen to see anybody or if there are anyone out there. Words are hard. Oh, there it is. Alright, so you look around, I mean, it's daytime, so you don't see any vampires, obviously. You don't think you see any, like, demons in human form or anything like that. It seems like a normal day. There are humans going to and fro work. A few of them, you know, look at the restaurant like, oh, this is an oddity. This place has been boarded up for months. Interesting. And then they move on. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. However, probably, I'll say, in the afternoon sometime, you do notice a group of humans, about 3 of them. You can tell they're humans because they're, you know, standing in the sun. They are wearing hoods, but that's pretty normal for humans as well. And they're kind of, it doesn't look like it's not like they're just staring at the restaurant, but they are staying in the vicinity of it. You know, they'll walk around. You've seen the same 3 humans walking around the sidewalk multiple times, or they'll sit across the street at like the Belks or, you know, the mall or something. Like, it's clear they're kind of keeping an eye on this place. You're not sure why. You don't know who they are. Do you have any questions or anything like that?
Yeah. Are they seeming shifty in any way?
I mean, other than the fact that they seem to be casing the place, not really. The word that comes to mind is surveillance. They seem to definitely be kind of staking the place out. No pun intended.
All right. I want to go back in and inform the others.
All right. As you walk in, you find Jordan has finished up burying a body in the basement. John, you are still working on trying to figure out where these vamps would be. Now, you don't find any evidence in the restaurant. Like, you know, no paperwork saying where, you know, no map saying the X is here, go here to find Chakrathi or anything like that. How do you want to go about doing it?
I'm gonna ask a few questions around the place. Jagrati is a rather big man, so he's easily noticeable.
Okay, you mean around the restaurant, like outside?
I'm gonna go ask the cop at
At the
the motel.
Okay, so you walk across the street. You head over. Um, bring it back over here. You see, obviously, several cops. Whoops. What the hell? You see several cops. You see ambulance. You see even a fire truck. Like it. This place is seen better days. You walk over, and obviously a cop turns and puts his hand up. Sir, you can't be in this area. You're gonna have to go back to wherever it is you came from.
I have some information for your detective, for your chief inspector.
Oh yeah, what's that? He looks skeptical.
Are you the chief inspector?
No, but I'm in charge of this crime scene, so you can tell me whatever it is.
Oh, so you're a detective.
Sure.
Is he a uniform or a plainclothes?
He has a uniform. Sergeant, right?
I'd like to speak to the detective in charge.
He kind of sighs and he calls over his radio. You can't really make out what he's saying. You hear the word detective, and you also hear. By the way, what nationality is your character? Is he British, like Constantine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's British.
You hear the word detective. You also hear the word some Brit and so on. But then eventually a man does come out in a suit and he says, "What can I do for you, sir? Do you have information for us?"
Yes, I do.
What is that?
I saw a man leave rather hurriedly the place that you've got taped up,
Really?
which I would imagine is a crime scene.
He looks down at like a notebook in his hand. He says, "We do have a witness that says they saw a man fleeing the scene, as well as a girl with dark hair, followed by another girl with dark hair, followed by actually someone that looks a lot like you."
I have a cigarette in my hand. Do I look like somebody who'd be running from anywhere? Would I come back?
That's what they said too.
I have a bluff as a focus.
Oh yeah, let's roll that. I'm just gonna say it's a difficulty 1 because, as everyone knows, witness testimonies are very, very, very unreliable.
Yeah.
So communicate and we'll say presence. So duty for the character sheet. Difficulty 1.
Duty?
Yep.
Using a focus, yes.
Ooh. He just looks at you chewing his gum and he's just like, "Yeah, well, because you match the description, we're going to have to detain you and question you. And then if everything, you got your alibi in order and everything looks all right, then we'll let you go. But if you could just take a seat in that lawn chair right there, we'll be right with you." And then he kind of just turns around and goes back into the inside. The sergeant ushers over like 2 other officers who come and stand beside you and kind of gesture to the chair. And the sergeant says, "Look, we're not going to arrest you just because, we've got a lot going on, but we are going to question you. And if we feel like you're lying or hiding something from us, then we are going to take you to the station. And if you make us put you in cuffs, we'll do that too. But we prefer not to do that. If you're innocent, you ain't got nothing to fear."
I'd prefer you not do that either. Cuffs aren't exactly comfortable.
So this apparently, detective says that this witness says they saw you hobbling, their words not mine, after these other individuals. Can you tell us where you were approximately? And then he just gives the hour, whatever the hour was. Why?
Fun on him.
Why do this? Okay, I think it's working now.
Okay, you're back.
So yeah, if you can give us your alibis where you were at such and such hour, then we can clear this up pretty quickly. So yeah, where were
I was
you?
at the mall.
You're at the mall. Can anyone verify this? Got any receipts?
Not really. I was just window shopping, I think you call it.
Right, of course. Well, obviously this is a bit of an issue because if you say you're at the mall, we can't exactly just go ask 1,000 people who are also at the mall if they saw a blonde British man in a trench coat. So let
me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How did the man who supposedly saw me know I was a Brit?
I mean, that's our words, not the witness. They I added that part, but what I'm saying is what we'll do is we'll petition the mall for the camera footage. That should, I mean, he looks across the street and he's like, yeah, I think the camera would have got a good angle on this front door here, so we should know within a couple of hours if you were actually here or not. But if you could just tell us exactly what happened before, then that would make this all go so much smoother.
Well, I was basically walking around minding my own business, and I saw this huge fellow, and I give a description of Jagar,
Hmm.
ambling away from here.
Do you talk about the ogre, or are you talking about Garan the warlock?
Now I give him the description of the ogre.
Okay. So he kind of looks at you, furrows his brow, and he says, "Wait, you saw Shrek running away from here?"
Who's Shrek?
He just shakes his head. Never mind. Go on. Continue, please.
Basically, I saw him ambling away from here, and after that I heard the sirens and decided it might be better to be somewhere else.
Right. But what about these other two girls that you were supposedly hobbling after? One of them seemed to be questioning another man.
Do I look like I could drag around two girls?
I mean, I just said you were following them. I didn't say that you were dragging them around. But
Oh, so now you're saying I'm stalking.
that's not what I was saying. Look, I'm I'm just asking you. What about these two girls? Do you know anything about them? Do you remember
No.
seeing them? Okay. Like I said, the cameras will clear all this up in a couple of hours. All we got to do is go over there and get them.
You mind if I go to the loo?
I mean, you can't use Motel Room 3, obviously, but sure, Motel Room 4 is open. Go ahead. And he sends the two police officers that were standing by you earlier to kind of stand outside the bathroom door as you.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll close the door. I can't go out the window anyways.
Yeah, no, they're barred.
No, but for the time to cast a hex on the camera.
Ooh, okay. So, I don't know how it works for casting hexes on things you can't physically see. Because the bathroom window is on the back side of the motel, so
Okay, I'll cast a hex for a mile radius.
okay. Basically, all cameras just go fritzy,
Yeah,
static. Okay.
the magnetic tape just basically goes.
Yeah. All right. So let's do understand and truth or power. Either one is fine.
Understand and power, and I'll spend I'll spend momentum for 2 dice.
Okay.
No, I'll spend a point of determination.
Ooh, nice. Okay. And what value are you calling upon?
Yeah, I just want to verify. Trust is overrated. Or knowledge is power.
Okay. Yeah. Either one of those works, I think.
Understand.
In fact, if you use knowledge as power, I think you're technically challenging that because you're preventing the police from getting the knowledge they need.
Okay.
So yeah.
Trust is overrated.
Trust is overrated. Yeah, because you definitely don't trust the police. And they definitely don't
Guys,
trust you.
And like I said, I'm spending a point of determination, so I have 2 automatic success.
Okay.
Using focus,
Are you
ritual magic.
okay? Are you spending any momentum? I don't know if y'all have any. I think you have 2.
I don't.
I thought you said you were spending 2.
Yeah, we have 2 momentums.
Oh, are you spending both of them?
No, I'm spending a point of determination, so I have 2 automatic success.
Yeah. I'm just asking if you're
But-
spending the 2 momentum or not.
That's my roll, and that's 5
Okay.
success.
Yep. All right. So I'll say you guys get 2 momentum, so that puts you up to 4. Let's see, 5. Yeah. And you're pretty certain that all cameras within a certain, which I believe you said a mile radius. Are,
Yeah, enough to catch the camera they were talking about.
Yeah, which was literally probably like a few meters away, but it's fine. All of a mile.
Probably their cell phones too
Oh yeah.
go on the fritz.
Oh yeah. So that's good. Anyone that took pictures of you are now, running away or whatever. And they're angry now. But the police are even like looking at their cell phones like, what in the world? But they can't possibly know that it's you. That'd be crazy talk.
Yeah, especially since I was simply in the loo.
Exactly. And magic.
I walk out.
Okay.
I walk out. Light up a cigarette. Will you please take me back to my lawn chair?
All right, so we're gonna jump to the other guys while you're sitting in a lounge chair. I believe, Chad, you were coming in to tell Jordan as she was burying a body about the 3 individuals.
Yes. So, I apparently found 3 people just kind of skulking about. They are definitely either casing the place or watching the place. Either way, it's unsettling, so I just figured I'd let you know. I'm gonna try to do another perimeter search and see what's really going on.
All right. We might need to make a quick exit then. She's gonna look around and go, "You haven't seen John, have you?"
The last I saw him, he was probably trying to get up to where the cops were, but that's the last point I saw him.
She'll just nod. And say, okay, I guess give him 5-10 more minutes. How to by the way, would Jordan know in John's case if he has any sort of like cell phone on him?
I mean,
Probably we're in 2023, so
yeah, I assume everyone has a cell phone unless you specifically say you don't.
I don't, because I'm a fucking ghost.
Yeah, I figured that. But like any physical person, even a vampire, like you guys, once you kill, I'll even say you find after you killed Kent, you found his cell phone. It's a burner phone, of course, but you found it like with the paperwork and stuff that he was organizing. There wasn't anything incriminating or anything on it. Just him texting and calling various vampire lieutenants. But you did find that, so. I mean, if you wanted to contact them and trick them into meeting, then you definitely could.
Jordan will send a quick message to John just saying, I don't know if there's any sort of code that is common for Watchers and Slayers, but basically to say we might have company.
Okay. Well, that'll be interesting later when the cops actually get a warrant for his phone. But,
if it's all in random code, then what are they gonna?
They're still gonna investigate. All right, so you're sitting in John. You're sitting in your chair. Your phone buzzes. I'm assuming you read the text.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You see that you may have company. So do you want to? Are you gonna just sit there? Or are you gonna try to leave, or what?
Oh, I'm gonna answer the text.
Okay.
Coppers want to ask me a few questions. Be back soon, love.
All right. Well.
Okay, Dad.
This game this session's not going anywhere where I thought it would, but okay.
But anyway, so she'll just reply to that, and then she'll make her way back into the main area where it seems like Connor and Zeta are both still in this main area.
And Connor's fast asleep.
Yeah, we'll say it's the afternoon. Zeta is probably also taking a nap. She's obviously not feeling well.
She'll just go. Jordan will just be like, "Well, never mind then." She was gonna say something, but if everyone's asleep,
I mean, you can wake them up. I doubt they're gonna attack you if you wake them up. Well, Zeta might.
I mean,
Yeah, Connor gets grumpy when
yeah.
if he gets woken up, and he wanna try and bite the very first thing that comes into reach.
Okay. Actually, I mean, there's no point in if it's still daylight. It's not like It's not like Connor would be able to leave anyway.
Right.
So she will not bother waking Connor, but she will go over and nudge Zeta.
She opens her eyes slowly and looks up at you and just says, "Yes."
You see those? Actually, so these people that are across the street? Is Jordan able to look out and see them, or would she need to actually be outside to?
I mean, there are cracks because the windows are mostly boarded up. You could look out. The main problem is, unless you know what you're looking for, you're just gonna see a bunch of pedestrians walking around.
Okay.
So, like, Chad would have to point them out, or you'd have to stand there for several hours like he did and watch.
Which I can do if you call upon me to do it.
Chad says that we have some lurkers in the area.
She just looks over at you and's like, okay, I mean, so I don't, why does that matter?
Well, I mean, if you just want to wait around and see what they do, then fine. I'll make sure we leave a Glock for you.
She just shakes her head and's like, well, they haven't come in yet, so they're just watching the place. For all we know, they're watching this to make sure Kent doesn't leave or something. Unless they physically do something, there's not much we can do.
All right.
Why do you want
Go
to
get
leave?
your beauty sleep then. No, I don't particularly want to leave. There's cops within a couple blocks. Definitely not.
Well, I think this.
She'll just kind of roll her eyes and.
I think this is the best place for us for right now. I mean, if you have a better idea, a better place to go, then I'm all ears. But I don't see any point in worrying about it.
All right. Step, princess. Move away.
All right. So, because I didn't expect John to get pinched by the cops, I'm gonna have to go back over to the motel. You're basically waiting. They every once in a while, throughout the hours, they're gonna keep asking you questions, try to catch you in a lie. So go ahead and roll presence, which is duty, and communicate to see if you can continue to bluff your way through. Difficulty is now is going to be contested because now they're actively trying to get information out of you, whereas before they just thought, oh, this is an interesting guy. Let's see what he knows. But now they're definitely, oh, wow. Okay, that's an interesting roll.
I'll give you a trust.
A threat, okay. Oh, nice.
Nice.
So you definitely beat their crit. Yeah, you're basically able to bluff your way through. Like, nah, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know why all the cameras are down. That has nothing to do with me, and they're buying it.
How could I have something to do with the fact that the cameras are down?
It's just convenient, isn't it? Says the sergeant. Like, we were here to get information, and now all the cameras in a 1 mile radius are down.
It's not convenient for me because if you could see the video footage, I'd be able to leave.
Or if we could see the video footage, then what the witnesses say is true, and you're implicated in a crime. Like, we don't know. So, all right. Look.
Now I've watched American police procedural. Either arrest me or let me go.
Here's what we're gonna do. We don't normally do this, but we're gonna go get the witness and physically bring them over and see if they can identify you. If they say that you're definitely the person, because like I said, they were looking out a window of another hotel room. So, but if they can definitely guarantee that you were that person, we're gonna have to take you down to the station. All right. So they go and get this person, and this is going to be a roll that you cannot really affect because unless you want to like hold your jacket up to your face so they can't see you clearly. But they're just going to roll and let's see.
No, but I can blow some smoke.
That's true. I think you did a pretty good job. You know what? I'm going to, because you got 4 successes, I'm going to say that they need 4 successes. I'm not going to spend any momentum because honestly, I don't want this to actually succeed. But if I get 2 crits, then I will definitely let you know. Nah. They wouldn't have a focus, would they, in perception? Probably not. Because I got a 1 and a 3.
I don't think a witness would have a focus in perception.
He's a bird watcher. He had his binoculars out as you were running past.
Or
Or no, it was a photographer. They were taking pictures, and you just happened to run past, and he comes up with a picture of you. But no, he failed by a margin of 1. So he's like, I mean, I guess that could be him. Like, I don't know. There was a smudge on the window. It was kind of hard to see through. You know how these motels are so filthy. Maybe it wasn't him. And then, of course, the cops are just like, okay. And then the cops say, okay, look, the sergeant says, look, we're going to let you go, but don't leave town because we might have questions for you. Is there a contact number that we can get in
Did
contact?
you actually say that? Don't leave town. I thought it was only in the movies.
Nope, it's a real thing. We actually say it.
I give him my cell phone number. The one I have.
Yeah, the guy in the motel that took your picture was a stalker, and he was trying to stalk somebody else, and then you ran in the frame. But no. So yeah, you give him your cell phone number. Do you give him your real cell phone number or like a burner phone?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I give them. Well, my phone's a burner phone.
Oh, okay. So you could just get rid of it anyway if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Cool.
Trust is overrated.
Of course. All right. So yeah, you give him the phone.
And you should look for that big guy I mentioned.
We will. We will definitely look for Shrek. Bye, and they just wave as they turn back to their work. They want nothing more to do with you.
Idiots.
Do you say that out loud?
Under my breath.
Okay. You know what? Just for the hell of it, I'm gonna roll perception. Let's see. And I'm just curious what I would roll. If it's not high enough, if it's something in the middle, it won't matter. Yeah, it's a 17 and a 14. That's nothing. So yeah, they don't hear you. But yeah, you make it back to the base, the restaurant, and then you
Hello. Sorry, I was detained.
Were you followed?
Nah. I did give them my cell phone number, so I might be in need of a second burner phone.
She hands him Kent's. Well, I guess you can have this one. He clearly isn't using it anymore.
Yeah. So do y'all want to use that Kent's burner phone to figure out the vampire's location, or to set them up, or anything like that?
Well, we're gonna try to see if there's information about where they were going.
Well, it doesn't. It looks like the plan itself was in person, and then the texts and the calls were kind of just like, to updates, to make sure that everything was going on as planned. So you don't find out like an actual location, but you do find like one text from one vampire lieutenant is like, "Hey, we found the big green bastard. We're going in now. If you don't see us, if we're not back by noon, going through the sewers of this town of Port Fayette, to get back to the restaurant, then we're probably dead, and it's way past noon."
Yeah.
It's like 4 p.m. now.
I'd figured Jigarty would be able to take care of a few nukes.
Yeah, I mean, it's 20, but you could also guess that he's probably not alone. That'd probably be a good guess.
In the papers, does he have paper for any other property?
Only a like old manor, like an old 2-story house, like out in the country that is very, very decrepit and run down, and clearly that's like his home when he's not here. He's there, like physically sleeping and stuff. So more than likely, it probably doesn't have like 20 vampires there like this place would, but it might have one or two guards there or something like that.
What next?
That's a good question. What do y'all want to do? You can wait until sundown and then go out and find Jagrathi, or you can do whatever you want to do. It's up to you. Zeta is content with sleeping.
Hey, Jordan, do you tell me about what Chad told you about the tree lurkers?
Yeah, that was text message was her way of.
Okay.
Chad, and that's why she was asking if you thought you were followed.
Chad, could you go listen to what they're saying amongst themselves?
Oh, I was already outside, trying to case the place, I guess.
No wonder I couldn't see you.
Yeah. So when you're out there, like actually trying to hear them, they aren't saying anything. It's like they're just there to watch and listen. They're not there. They're not. Which is weird because usually if you're casing the place, you might have one or maybe two people, and they're definitely not like right next to each other. They're kind of like spread out. But these three individuals are never more than like 10 feet away from each other. But they never say anything.
So they're just watching. I'm watching them just to make sure that's where I'm at.
Yep. And even as like 4:30, 5 o'clock comes around, like they've been walking around this place or just sitting like at a cafe across the street for the entire day.
No food, no water, nothing.
Well, yeah, they're drinking water and stuff like that and eating, at the cafe or whatever. But like they haven't like left and then come back. Like they've been here pretty much since you first saw them till 4:30, 5 o'clock, which is now. And I'll say 6 o'clock is sundown. So if you guys want to wait an hour until sundown, then you can, or you can do something about these lurkers. It's up to you. I will tell you for free, they are human. I think I mentioned
I
that earlier.
I find it very odd. I'm gonna like poof over there and ask the team what they want to do. So the three individuals are still there. Apparently they're not going away. I mean, this has been all day. I think we either need to get the hell out of here or do something about it. You never know. This is getting weird.
Jordan sets aside the broom that she's been using. She's been sweeping the place because she's been. um. Well,
We can wait till sundown so we can get away in the darkness by the side door.
Yeah, well, they're actually kind of walking around checking all entrances and exits, so it's going to be kind of hard.
You'll know. I will also tell you that they did not go down the alley where the third door
Yeah, no,
is.
they're like walking around 10 feet apart from each other. It's like you could see either side of the building. That's kind of what I'm assuming.
Yeah, they're like wherever the road is where they are, and they're usually nine times out of 10 they're across the street at like the mall or the cafe or something. And they rarely walk directly in front of the building.
And they see that door?
That's the one with the dump that you guys put the dumpster in front of. Then they haven't gone down that alley. You assume they know it's there. They just don't care for some reason.
Perhaps Chad could push the dumpster.
Or they notice the dumpster and they don't even worry about it.
Or somebody with Slayer strength might be able to open the door anyway. Wish we had one of those.
So you
apparently we have two of
suggesting
them.
going out the side door? Like
Yeah,
with the
going out
dumpster?
this door.
Okay. I mean, you can try it if you want to. And there's no guarantee that they won't detect that, but you can try.
Why don't I just walk out the front door as per normal?
Well, if
They're
you walk out
expecting
the front
people-
door, you'll burst into flames.
Realize you were awake.
Yeah, well, also, guys, the vampires come and go at night, and this is a place that's being renovated, so typically, there's nobody in this place at all unless they're doing construction. So that would be suspicious if four or five people just walked out the front door and started walking down the sidewalk, not a care in the world, and they weren't wearing construction hats.
Jordan could get away with that, but the rest of you guys probably can't.
Do I look like one of the village people?
Nope. Nope, I would say you definitely do not look like one of the village people.
Irish people get mistaken by normal workers anyway, so I can get away with
He just glances at his attire and goes, "You do not look like you're wearing PPE equipment, though."
Well, you guys would also know that if you just walked out there with like construction equipment on, you might be able to fool everybody that's just walking past, but the people that have been watching this place for all day would know that that's bullshit because they haven't heard or seen any construction going on. So,
yeah. So what's the use trying to fool people? And I'm waiting till sun goes down, so
yeah, like I said, if you want to jump to 6, you can. Those 3 guys are not going to go anywhere. They're going to still be walking around, and nothing's going to change. It's just a time jump, so it's more convenient for Connor.
Jordan looks out the window again and goes, "I mean, I'm assuming you guys don't want me to try and go out there and do anything."
Not with the copper is a block away.
She winces at that and goes, "Right. Forgot. I don't know how I forgot that, but I forgot." Oh. Been a long day.
One of the I'll say, Chad, you notice it first since you're the one who's keeping an eye out. One of the hooded guys, for the first time since this morning, gets up and walks away from the other 2, heading in the direction of the motel.
I'm going to follow him, like, right behind him.
Do you let the others know that's what you're doing?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to see what he's up to.
Okie dokie, let me just grab something. Alright, so this will be him, a representation. I'll just put yours right behind him. Yeah, he just walks towards the road. It's getting sundown at this point, so you know there's a lot less people on the a lot less pedestrians, but still quite a few cars driving past, and he walks out, looks both ways. There's no cars coming, and he just crosses the street heading towards the motel.
I still follow him because he's headed towards the motel.
Okay. He gets across the street to the general area of the motel. He doesn't cross any of the yellow, lines like John did, but he does get over there and does kind of the similar thing that was going on here, where he's like pretending to just walk back and forth. And at some point he'll just sit down on a bus park or a bus bench and just kind of keep his eyes on the hotel, but he doesn't seem to notice you, but he just seems to be doing surveillance on the hotel now.
Alright, I immediately go back to the people that I need to protect.
Okay.
I think that would be a good place for my character to end movement. I mean, like I was doing stuff and then moved a bunch.
Alright, so after you get back, I need Jordan, Connor, and John to all roll perception checks. So that'll be... Actually, I do need to see what that'll be because this isn't really a security thing. I'll say... Yeah, understand and faith or truth. Either one is fine. And the difficulty, it's actually going to be contested. So I'm going to roll, and I'm actually going to roll, yeah, yeah, okay. Okay. So it's going to be contested. I'm not going to tell you what I get to after you guys roll. Oh my god. That's terrible.
And this is more of a passive thing, so I'm assuming the suspicious by nature talent would not come into effect here.
I mean,
where I'd be able to re-roll the die.
I assume if you're suspicious by nature, then it's less passive and you're like actually, like would Jordan actually be, once she found out about those 3 individuals, would she actually be looking out for them, or is she just like, fuck it, I'm going back to sweeping?
She was not sleeping the whole day.
No, sweeping. Sweeping the floor with a broom.
I mean, like, some of these areas that she's sweeping are near the boarded up windows, at least, and near doorways, but there's a big pile of glass by one of the doors, presumably, where she had to break in.
So it's up
But
to you if
I
it's
would say
passive
that
or
she's
not.
just trying to... Okay.
Yeah, it's up
Mine's
to you.
gonna be passive
Okay. Yeah.
because
you were sleeping most of the day.
and I didn't get told about the dudes anyway, so I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
All right. So you fail. John, I gotta wait for Jordan's. Okay, 3. So you 3 successes. You do notice that once Chad has gone off to follow the other guy, the other 2 guys that were sitting there get up and walk away, like probably 5 minutes after the other guy left, and they kind of walk down another alley that you can't really, from your vantage point, you can't really see, and disappear, and they don't come back. John, you don't necessarily notice this, but you do notice that Jordan has, as she's looking out one of the boarded windows, she does notice this, so you kind of notice her reaction to this. So what is Jordan's
What's going
reaction?
on?
They've all left. There were 2 of them, and they went... She kind of gestures in the general direction from what she can see. Went that way. The other one left a little bit earlier. I'm gonna say that she probably at least noticed that, but so it seems like the coast is clear.
And this is when Chad shows up.
So, I just saw this one guy. He's scoping out the hotel that we were just at. That's the last place I saw our other buddy. What happened to the other 2 people that were scoping this place?
They just walked away.
Oh, this is not looking good. I think they're on to us. We need to try to find our friend. The last time I saw him, he went towards where the cops were, and that was it.
Well, I don't think we can afford to go near those cops.
Is Chad gonna run back and see if that guy's still there or no?
Yeah. I'll catch up with you guys. Where's a destination that we can get the hell away from here, but be around? I'm gonna take a look at where our buddy is. I gotta try to at least help him.
As you guys are talking, you hear police sirens and about a half a dozen. So I'll say there's probably 8. There were probably 8 cop cars at that hotel scene. Probably 5 of them are now speeding away from the scene, heading in the direction that Jordan, you saw the 2 guys were heading towards.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Is it dark? Yeah.
Yeah, it's sundown. The sun is going down at the moment. Yes.
So, Connor can walk outside now.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
He goes, can we go and suss out what the police are doing? Or can I?
You might be the best candidate, actually.
Yeah, they know my face.
Yeah. It's obvious. So they went down what alleyway?
Jordan will point in the direction that way, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got out of sight before they like you barely saw them turn down an alley.
Yeah. I mean, just general direction from what she can tell.
So who are you guys following? The police or the 2 surveillance guys?
I'll go and follow the police, see which the... I'll go with the surveillance guys to find out if they're human.
Yeah,
he
you already
says,
know they're human.
Yeah, he goes, if they're human, I can smell them.
Yeah, you'll be able to track them relatively easy.
Yeah, I'll be able to track them fairly easy, than you guys. I already know your smells anyway, so I can discern yous from the crowd.
Is anyone going with Connor, or is he going by himself?
Like I said, the cops know my face, so I'd better meet up with you guys later somewhere else.
I'm following the dudes who were watching us.
Yeah, to
The
be fair,
cops.
it's unlikely that the cops and those two guys are going in the same place. Based on the cop cars left like 10 minutes after those guys did, they still would have been way past. Unless those guys had like a freaking motorcycle in the alley, that's possible, but more than likely the cops have, gone way further than those two guys did on foot. So it's unlikely they're going in the same place. Again, they could be, it's just unlikely. So Connor's going after those two guys. Anybody
I'll
else?
I'll go with Connor. If it's not the cops, then it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Connor, hold on. Let me grab so I know. So you two are going to the same place. Jordan, what about you?
How far is the cafe?
It's across the street.
Assuming it's still open.
Yeah, it's like 6, so it probably would still be open.
She's gonna go over and get a coffee because she's
Okay.
kind of tired, but she didn't sleep.
Yeah, that's true.
She'll ask Zeta if she wants anything.
Probably just like a black coffee and a donut or something. But she gets up. She kind of like thinks about it for a second, and she's like, "Did I get disconnected again? No, somebody else." She thinks about it for a second, and she's like, "I'll go with you, Jordan." She just shakes her head. But she'll go with you. What about Chad? Where's Chad? Where's Chad going? Chad could probably follow the police better than anybody because those cop cars are going pretty fast, and as a ghost, speed is relative, so you could probably catch up to him.
That's where I was going. I said I was going to follow the police.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and that'll be the easiest thing to for you to figure out. So you're following the police in spirit form. They're probably going, 60 miles an hour down to 45, and they're headed directly towards this town's capitol building. And you can see police cars streaming from all different roads throughout the town, heading directly for that capitol building.
I'm going to stay in close proximity to where they're headed and try to listen into the conversations.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm choking.
It's all good. So, like one of the police cars, you overhear that somebody has attacked the mayor of Port Fayette. And another cop says that a witness says it was a green monster.
A green monster. Uh-oh. I'm gonna try to float to where they're headed more so than they can because I'm a fucking ghost.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. So Connor and John, you guys are following these, or quote unquote following. You're hunting these two guys really because you can't see them, you don't know where they've gone, but you're following their scent. And their scent actually ends in an alleyway, like in the middle of an alleyway. Go ahead and roll perception checks. Understand and insight, which is faith. The difficulty is going to be 2. Okay.
There you go.
John got it. See if Connor gets it. Connor gets it too. So you guys see that in this general vicinity there are 3 possibilities. There is a giant dumpster which they could be hiding in, but it's unlikely because you would still have, in a normal situation, you would still be able to smell them. They might smell like, Burger King and puke, but they would still have a scent. Then there is a manhole cover into the sewers just a few feet away. There's also a fire escape ladder leading up into an apartment complex. You cannot. I'm just gonna not let you choose multiple things because then you'll split up again. So pick one of these locations to investigate.
They weren't vampires, so I wouldn't go for the manhole cover. They were human. I'd try for the apartment. What do you think,
Yeah.
Connor?
Yeah, I'll try the apartment because I know the vampires were going through the sewers.
All right. So y'all head up the ladder.
Yep.
All right. Who goes first, John or Connor?
Connor, he's a better fighter than I am if it comes to that.
Okay, so Connor, you
Yeah.
start climbing up. This is definitely going to be a move roll. It's gonna
Awesome.
be, everyone's got a sucky move. So it's going to be move and control, which is power.
I have a good power, though.
Difficulty 1. Nice. You
Made it.
all right? And Connor. All right, Connor, you climb up as quickly as you can, getting to the second floor. John, you're right behind him. Still, you know, you're probably about 10 feet off the ground, so you're not quite up past the second floor just yet. However, this is when, John, for dramatic effect, you hear a clicking sound coming from behind. You're not sure why you didn't hear it before. Maybe whatever it is wasn't activated at that point in time, but you hear like something being released from the dumpster. And that is when an explosion ricochets debris and a shockwave directly into John's back. I'm going to need John to make basically a constitution roll to make sure he doesn't fall and or lose consciousness. And this is going to be discipline and power. Difficulty is going to be 4.
4?
Difficulty of 4, yep.
I'm gonna feed you threat. 2 threats for 2 dice.
Alright, here we go.
Probably don't have a focus that can apply to that.
I mean, do you have an explosives focus? Ooh,
No.
and you got a critical fail. Hey, Connor, do you want to, with your your quick lightning reflexes as a vampire, reach down and try to grab John before he falls?
Yeah.
Roll an assist
I'll
die.
do that.
Just roll 1 dice. Let me look at your character sheet real quick because it might not be discipline. It'll be move. Because you got to be quick, and power. Now, this doesn't negate the complication. Let me see if you guys have any momentum that you can either...
I think we still have 2.
You have 4, like 2 or 4.
Yeah, you have 4, so you can get rid of that if you want. Oh, wow,
Yeah,
nice.
we will.
Alright, so you get rid of it, you're at 2 momentum. So yeah, the explosion just rocks this whole alleyway. And debris, like, you feel... I mean, you're not going to get away from being injured because it's debris and it's going into your body, but you don't lose your grip because Connor has reached down and grabbed you by the wrist, holding you, keeping you from falling. You didn't lose consciousness. You're in a lot of pain, but you can still crawl your way up this ladder. I'm assuming... Well, I'm not going to assume. Do you guys continue climbing up the ladder, or do you drop down into this scorched alleyway?
We're gonna continue climbing.
Alright, give me another move and power roll. This is going to be a difficulty of 2 for both of you. But I'm going to increase the complication range for John because of just being exploded. So if you get an 18, 19, or 20, then you fall.
I'm gonna spend momentum to buy a dice.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you threat.
Alright. Alright, so the difficulty is 2 for Connor.
So we get
You get the
one
momentum back. Yep. Oops, wrong button. Oh, wrong key. Oh, nice. 2, 3. So you get 3 momentum. So yeah, you help haul John up this ladder. You find on the 3rd floor window is just wide open. It looks like the apartment room is actually there's nothing in there. It's vacant. I'm assuming you crawl through.
Yep.
All right. And then we're gonna jump to Jordan and Zeta. Zeta is, I'll just go ahead and tell you, Zeta feels really bad about what happened earlier. Not just shooting the man, but also just the way she acted in general. And as you're kind of ordering the drinks and the donut, she turns to you and she's like, look, I think I should go, Jordan. I mean, after this donut and this coffee, I think I should go back to the Watchers Council and basically turn myself in and tell them what I've done, and they're gonna have to assign another Slayer anyway because of what happened to Kat. But I assume that they're gonna probably do the same with me and reassign me and replace me. So I still feel like he should have died, but the way I handled it, it was not right, and I'm sorry I didn't apologize sooner. Obviously I should have. I knew Alden for a long time. He was like a father to me.
Jordan is drinking her coffee as Zeta says this, just buying herself time. After Zeta presumably finishes, Jordan will set down her cup and just kind of go. I mean, as vampire slayers, our primary objective is to protect people from vampires, and monsters. I am, I'm obviously not on the Watchers Council, so I don't know if a warlock necessarily counts as a monster. And you were clearly, I mean, she kind of shrugs. Like, look, we're basically teenagers here. And like, I can't say for sure whether or not the Watchers Council would, I don't know what they would say. But surely losing someone very close to you within an hour would factor in somewhat. And do I wish that you had not killed him? Yes. But she kind of shrugs. It's not like, I don't think that she's just kind of thinking, like, do I want to be hard on her or not hard on her right now? This is going to just kind of like, because and she just kind of shrugs. Well, on one hand, you're not like doing Buffy level things, but on the other hand, murder is still wrong.
She's just nods and says, I mean,
before you turn yourself in, let's see this all through, okay?
Yeah, I guess I just feel like, you're, I feel like you would be fine without me, and the worst part of it is, and then as she says that, you feel the explosion from like one or two alleys down, because it's not that far away. And basically, like, the windows shatter. Like, nobody is physically harmed from the shrapnel because you're not close enough and there's walls between you, but like the shockwave just shatters windows. And she like throws herself to the ground, like, to not get hit by a shockwave. And that's where we're going to end today, with you guys having this nice conversation and being interrupted by an explosion. So yeah, that is the session. Go ahead and handle the